Then we have creatine. Creatine gives us that quick energy. It can be used as fuel for very, very high explosive, intense movements. Both exercise and physical activity needs this creatine. So this is why you see a lot of bodybuilders and weightlifters and people who do exercise taking this as a supplement. Well, guess what? Out of all the foods that you could possibly eat on planet Earth, red meat from beef has the highest amount of creatine. So creatine is just going to give you more energy to heal and repair from exercise. Now, the next compound I'm going to talk about, which, by the way, red meat from beef has the absolute highest source, is called carnosine. It buffers this pH, okay, from the lactic acid, the acidity in the muscle. So if you're exercising, this compound comes along and helps neutralize this acid to allow you to exercise longer because the pH messes with some of the oxygen in the muscle. So it buffers it. It acts as an antioxidant, and it's also going to help the recovery after exercise and just healing in general of your whole body. And it also even decreases something called AGEs. And I'm going to give you this term. I don't know if you've ever heard it before. It's called advanced glycation end products. And basically, this is a fancy term for when you have this sugar molecule that's locked up with a protein molecule and it's kind of stuck in the body. So these AGEs kind of plug up the body and they interfere with the function, and they usually come from someone that's consuming too much sugar. Well, guess what? This compound helps get rid of those things. So it's considered kind of an anti-aging thing. It can help you just live longer. But out of all the foods that you can eat, red meat from beef has the most carnosine. And then we have coenzyme Q10. What is that? That is a nutrient that helps the mitochondria, the energy factory, where food gets converted to energy. Now, and the best source of coenzyme Q10 is organ meats, like beef liver for sure, but it's also in the meat as well. It's also in fish, it's in eggs, but it's mostly in organ meats.
So you may have heard of coenzyme Q10 because that is a supplement given to people who are taking statin drugs, because the statins will reduce the generation or creation of anything in that cholesterol pathway, including the CoQ10. Well, you know, these are all the components of why red meat is so great and why protein and animal source protein is so full of nutrition and energy, and in true form, Dr. Berg goes through every possible detail for it, and the amount in the red meat versus egg. I'm still not convinced that means that red meat's better.
When I was very, very sick and I stumbled on this ketogenic diet, low carb diet, buffalo burger was my first food that I ate that I felt so good. I actually healed my body on buffalo burger and hamburger. In fact, to this day, I still feel the best when I consume red meat in the form of hamburger. Now, I will do steak and things like that, but I do very, very well on red meat in general. And if you're trying to heal, especially after exercise, or you're trying to repair from some type of injury or trauma, you should really consider increasing more red meat and having it more often. And the cool thing about hamburger is it has a little bit more fat than some of the like leaner cuts of steak. And there's only two conditions that you need to know about relating to the difficulty of digesting red meat. People that don't like red meat,